Yo, what's up world, Sevi here, and welcome back to my birdhouse. So today I have a fairly cool video to share with you guys, and that is a video that I took whilst we were at show last weekend, or the Saturday rather that just passed, and that is the Noord Vrystaat streek skou, or the Noord Vrystaat regional show for the pigeons. And I took this video during the Jacobin class judging. I did ask the judge for permission if I may take a video whilst he judges, and I think it was a very insightful video. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a voiceover for you guys as the video is a little bit quiet, but what I'll do is I will play the original video first and you guys can watch that without my commentary, and then I will play the video a second time where I will give commentary, maybe a bit of English translation since he does speak a little bit of Afrikaans during this video and not everyone understands Afrikaans. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this little video that I've put together for you guys of the Jacobin judging. It was really awesome for me to stand with the judge and let the judge tell me a little bit more about my breed, what I might need to improve in future, what I must look for in future birds for breeding. And this was really insightful and very, very, very cool to do. So thank you guys and enjoy the video.
The biggest thing on the white is the eyes. Normally it's bull eyes or broken eyes. This one, nothing wrong with the eyes.
Okay.
I don't see any parasites. The pigeon is very much in the mood.
Yeah, I think they're still busy.
There's, look, there's
Missing.
There's too much feathers. It's still in the mold. As a white bird, you must just see this is not 100% white.
Okay.
Once again, the bird is molting. Parel gezien. Jy sien 'n parel.
Yes.
Nie 'n bull-eye.
'n Bull-eye is net solid.
'n gewone beduid, 'n white pigeon is called a bull-eye. In Jacobin must have a tall eye.
Net in hulle moet dit 'n bull-eye wees.
Sorry.
If you look at the videos overseas, how they handle the birds. So the birds must station and they always put the bird across and the bird must always look away.
Yes.
Now, this, if you look at it, show preparation.
Being difficult now.
Look at this one. What is the scale?
Inquisitive.
Mosquito.
Is inquisitive. Yeah. What you doing?
Curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
So he wants to look at the judge, but the poor trainer must look away from him.
Away from the judge.
And the judge will slightly movements like this, handling over the cars, and then they must be stable and standing still
Okay.
and upright, and they must station. Now these birds don't, that one specifically don't station. This one looks around. Why is supposed to look at this specific always the back to the judge. This bird has got a better mane.
Yes.
As I see that, the others breathing through the mouth. The Jacobin's mouth is very the same problem.
They look funny now.
Never in a show like this in early May, they will show them. They will not be showing. Both birds got sables. This one
Yes.
is supposed to close them.
Close.
They're standing upright.
Okay.
Properly through the motor, and they maybe close like this and slide flat on them, not standing up like that.
Okay.
The better bird and the best Jacobin is this one. But you see, every bird, pigeon must station, must must take a specific stance. You must not be walking around like this.
Okay.
That one is going into the corner.
I don't know what his problem is today. I do. Yeah. This bird's so tame you call it and it comes to you. Yeah.
So, is this the hen?
Yes. This is the hen. Yeah.
Beast old
Okay.
old bird and the beast in breed. It's only the two.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah.
And the video on.
Yeah. It's recording. Okay, so the first thing that the judge mentions is he's actually taking a look at the Jacobin eyes. I think it's pretty cool how his commentary is. He is pointing out the fact that in Jacobins, we are looking for an eye that is a pearl color. It cannot have a solid eye color or, say, a red eye color. That's not allowed. He's looking under the wings here to check if there's any parasites on the bird, say feather louse or anything like that, because that's like a big no-no, obviously, then your bird's in bad condition. Here he's counting the tail feathers. I believe that they need to be 14 in Jacobins. I do stand corrected. And he comments that my bird is still busy through its molt, so it is missing a couple feathers. He also points this out on the wings. So this is understandably a fault for me to be showing this bird so early in the year. So he does comment on this and he says that it must be addressed and looked at in future. He then places the bird down into the judging pens and he begins to just check the birds out one next to each other. He's comparing the two different birds. So he then asks his steward to please assist him to pass the old cock, which is on the right-hand side there. And I don't think the steward was listening at the time, but it's okay, it happens. We had a big show, and so he himself now picks up the bird. So now he's going to be doing the same thing with the old cock, and he's first checking the plumage. And again, he says, as you can see, there are feathers missing. This bird is in its molt. He also points out the fact that this bird has a single brown feather on it, something that I've actually never noticed myself. This bird is being shown in the white bird class, which means technically this bird will be scoring lower because it has a brown feather, because it's not a pure white bird. So he advised me in future this bird should not be showed in the white class, but instead in the any other standard color class. Again, he's counting the tail feathers, and he notes to me that there are a few feathers missing, again because of the molt. He will also now be taking a look at this bird's eyes, since this is a very important characteristic of the Jacobin breed. And he notes to the people who were watching whilst he was judging these birds that this is a pearl eye, and that this is a good representation of a pearl eye, and it is something that we must acknowledge as a breed trait, because bull eyes, which is a solid color eye or a red colored eye, are not allowed in Jacobin classes. That would actually land up your bird being disqualified. He then places the bird back into the judging pen, and you'll see what he does when he places them. He holds them from the back. He then notes to me that there is a bit of a station fault with my birds. When judging Jacobins, you're supposed to put the bird down, and what they'll usually do is they'll pull lightly on the tail, which causes the bird to go forward and to stand upright, which he tries to demonstrate here. But unfortunately, this boy just did not want to be shown today. As you can see, he immediately ran away from the judge. What you would prefer is for the bird to be pulled back and to stand nicely upright to show its figure and its form. So on that note, the judge does note this, and he recommends to me that when I practice at home for shows, that we do this more often. He then asks, these birds are very curious and inquisitive, and what is happening is they're actually turning to face the judge. And this is actually not a characteristic we want in Jacobins during shows. We want the bird to look away from the judge and preferably to walk and then stand still immediately. Whereas this young bird, she was constantly walking to the judge, constantly looking at the judge, checking what's around her, and this is something that he recommends we should practice at home for the birds not to do. You can see the bird on the right is actually standing still, and although he's not standing nicely in this case, he isn't stationing, so he's not standing upright with his chest out and, standing all proud and tall. He's kind of slouching a bit. So he then comments that the right-hand bird, the old cock, has a better form, a better station, and overall a better looking bird, whereas the bird on the left, the old hen, is not. He then points out on the back feathers that they're obviously still busy with their molt, and that the back feathers are not closing correctly. So on a Jacobin, you don't want a sable back, which is where the feathers kind of open up a little bit towards the back. You want the back feathers to actually close on top of the back, almost like closing the wing above. And he's actually pointing that out here on me, that these birds, their wings are open, which is incorrect. He wants them closed. This could either be a breed or conformation fault from my end as a breeder, but he also mentions the fact that these birds are still busy with their molt, so it might molt out and the next set of feathers may look better. He then proclaims that the bird on the right is the best Jacobin on show. It definitely has the best conformation and overall to the breed standard. He also won best old cock as well as best in his class, which is the old cock class. He then said that this hen on the left, she's not stationary correctly. You can see she's looking directly at the camera. She's too inquisitive. So although she will earn best old hen because she's the only old hen in the class, she's not a good bird for show. He then also recommend that I spend more time with my birds to teach them. And although I do spend a lot of time, he says that maybe my birds are a little bit too tame actually, and that I should maybe spend a little bit less time with them in terms of handling and stuff, so that when we do handle them, they're handled correctly. And then he asked that I stop the recording. So yeah. So overall, this show was really fun to attend. It was my first time showing in the Free State, which was really cool for me. It was quite a long drive, but it was really worth it to attend. There were about 500 odd pigeons on show with 50 breeds. I saw some breeds that I have never seen in my life. I believe the one was called a dewlap. I'm actually not too sure. I've never seen that breed before, and it was very, very cool to see. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun spending the day here at show, learning about different breeds. I helped to steward with the judge a little bit. I helped to, you know, take the birds from their cages to the showing cages. And I thought this was really cool and it was a lot of fun. Learned a bit about different breeds, learned a bit about pigeon keeping. I had some awesome discussions with fellow fanciers regarding all sorts of things, from inside the aviaries that we have them, to some, actually there were racing pigeons as well here on the show, and how they, you know, race their birds. I thought that was quite an interesting thing. It's not my cup of tea, but it was very interesting, and I was just so amazed by the enthusiasm and the love for the sport that we saw at this show. And yeah, it was just so much fun. I really did enjoy it, and I look forward to the next one. So for the rest of this video, please enjoy some B-roll footage that I took whilst I was there, just of all the different birds, the different rows of cages, some of the judging that was happening, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys want to see more content like this, please don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. Check out our Facebook page, that's where I'm most active, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy, everyone.